Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Cody Drury. Welcome to Outdoor Adventures with Cody Drury. And I just basically wanted to welcome you to this new show that I'm doing. This is a hunt from 2018, the bow season in there. Let's see what happens. And as you can see there, I missed a doe at 20 yards. Why don't we take a look at that replay here in just a second here. But yeah, it was pretty bad. Here's the replay. And yeah, I know the replay is a little blurry, but yeah, that's how I started out my 2018 bow season. A little rough, that's for sure. It was very tragic there. Missed a 20-yard shot. I practice all the time. But, I mean, later on, a few days later or whatever, I guess, I saw this badger for the first time. Can honestly say that is the first time I've ever seen a badger out while hunting. And didn't know what it was at first. Heard something coming through the woods, and it sounded like it was big. I was getting ready for a deer to come along or whatever, and all of a sudden it was that badger, and got some great footage of it, as you can see it walking there and looking around. Big old guy, but yeah, it was definitely something different out there in the woods, that for me anyways. You know, you see all kinds of stuff out there like deer and turkeys. And here we are in 2018 rifle season here. You know, I was waiting on a buck to come through, and I think this was the second morning there that we had of the opening of rifle season. So why don't we take a look and see what happens. And as you can see right there, a great shot on that, and I ended up with that doe only ran about 40 yards from where I shot it, and it was down right there, and it was a great shot, and it was a great feeling to harvest the doe. And, you know, I always remember that because that was the first time I ever filmed anything on camera. And my oh my, look at that face paint there. That was quite a bit on that face. That was the hunt before that. You obviously saw that was into my 2018 deer season in general. So we fast forward to a year later, back in bow season at last year in 2019. It's another good year. Nice, back in the same spot. It's a great spot to hunt in, and I was very happy. Deer seem to be moving pretty good. You can see this big doe out there in the field right now. Just kind of taking its time there. And, yeah, let's just watch and see what happens here. I would also like to point out that the deer's about at roughly about 25 yards there. And you can tell that I kicked the stand or whatever, because all of a sudden she looked up at me where I was sitting. And it looks like I smoked her, right? Well, you can see, at first, I was watching. It looked like I put a pretty good hit on her. Here's the replay here. And you can see when I re-looked at that, the arrow actually was a little far forward. Originally, I thought it was back a little bit. But, yeah, she flinched a little bit. It made it just the way it went. The arrow also didn't fly right. I noticed whenever I shot it. So, yeah, let's check in with the tracking job here to see what really happened. I just shot a doe. I just did it. I don't know. Shot was kind of far back, so I'm not sure. I'm going to review the footage. Yeah, and like I said there, from the field there. But let's take a look. Alright. We're going to go start looking for the And as you can see there, well, you can't really see quite yet, but what happened was I went about 30 yards to 40 yards probably from where I shot that deer, and I found my arrow. And basically, bottom line, from the last hunt, I didn't end up finding that deer till the day later. So that was probably about a week later here. Kind of the same scenario. I shot, I didn't find that doe until a day later. It had expired. It was too warm out. Unfortunately, could not recover it. And same scenario started to happen with this buck. I mean, I would not have been so pumped had I realized what had happened during this. We took like a 2-mile long hike, kept finding blood everywhere. But in the end, we just couldn't recover that buck that I shot at, so never did end up finding it. Hopefully it survived for another year, but I really don't know, to be honest with you. It was definitely a rough bow season, and that was pretty much, the end of it. Well, looks like just a few minutes ago I forgot to turn the cameras on, but I just shot a turkey. So had some good luck this morning, so hopefully can't get a deer to come by now. Guess we'll see how it goes. Well, ended up getting this nice hen turkey this morning. Came out about a couple hours ago. All in all, good morning. Yeah, that was a great opportunity there. You know, just had that turkey go out. Unfortunately, I did not have my cameras on yet. Wherever that turkey happened, that was awesome hunt there. And that bird was delicious, let me tell you there. Moving on to the rifle season for deer hunting here. And once again, I was kind of in the same scenario as last year. It was the second morning, I believe. And I was, hadn't really seen any bucks yet that were close enough that I could shoot. So I'm like, you know what? It's time to do some doe management and get some meat on the table here. So, you can see the deer in the left-hand corner there. It walked out in front of me in quite a ways, but why don't we see what happens here? Sorry. You can see I dropped it right there. I apologize in advance for the blurry zoomed in shot there. I'm still a little rough around the edges with the editing here. But that was a picture perfect shot. A picture perfect shot I couldn't be any happier with. Doe down, meat on the table. And that ended up being the end of my 2019 hunting season. Well, we had a little bit of issues with the GoPro this morning so far, but I did a little bit of video earlier, but I lost it because we had problems. But it is just a little after 8 here. This is the first hunt of 2020 or doing spring turkey hunt. So, haven't seen anything yet. I jumped a couple deer this morning when I got in the stand. Haven't heard any turkeys calling, but I don't know. Just have to see what happens, I guess. Only got a couple days to get away real quick, so hoping we can get the job done either today or tomorrow. And boy, I did not see a dang turkey in this past spring season in the 2020 season. This was my first time in a few years that I was able to go up and spring turkey hunt. But I kid you not, after I got set up pretty quickly there, it was still fairly dark, actually. But I had this guy and his friend that I'm about to show here in a minute lay down in front of me, like within 10 yards. That closest one was anyways. The other one was, that you can see right there, was out there a little bit farther. But they laid there for like 3 hours. It was cool to see. But that was definitely a little bit of boring footage to kind of go through because they just kind of laid there. But definitely neat to watch in nature there. Was hoping to see a turkey, but didn't end up getting the job done there. So I always look forward to this fall season that's about to happen soon here for me. So hopefully I can't not only get something with archery, but turkey as well. What'd you get down there, Nick? Bass? Nice. Yeah. Yeah, nice. We're up here on the farm doing some fishing. Haven't had any luck with the turkey hunting yet, so haven't seen much, so I figured I'd video us doing some fishing. Both these guys got one. I don't have one yet, but that's also because I'm running the camera for a moment here. Beautiful day out here, a little hot, but it's a pretty nice day overall. Great day for fishing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first episode of Outdoor Adventures with Cody Drury. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for the next episode. Side of the camera, Nick.